Alright, what is going on guys, Slim here, and in today's video I have a max ice PvP guide for you guys for 5th age PvP, and it is the best 150 build I have found for you guys. Now I'm going to be showing off about 2 builds right now, and I'll probably recommend a third as well, but I'm going to get into what I think is the best and what I think is also the most fun playstyle. But real quick before we get into that, be sure to subscribe if you are new. We're trying to get to 2K subs for 2023, and I'd really appreciate it. And let's see if we can crush 50 likes on this video, guys. It would mean the world to me. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so we'll start off with the hat right here. You're gonna want the Merciless hat. It just is a lot. It just look at it. Just look at it. It's literally just, it's awesome. You know, can't really say anything more than that. And you get the 6-round furnaces or sleets, whatever. So it's pretty good. So you want the Merciless again right here, and Merciless again right here. So you actually have 2 6-round item cards with this, and you have a lot of offense. Now, what I like personally is the Arbalaster, but I've seen a lot of players run Mercy Wand as well. However, the community kind of is aware of a bug that the Merciless Wand right now is giving shad rating, so I don't know. I wouldn't really call it an exploit, but it's not working as intended. That the community speculates. I've talked to Rapid about it, but you can use this one if you want. It's supposed to not give shad rating, and it does right now. You just can't see it, so I don't know. I'm just not going to use it if it's not working as intended personally. Some other options you use, of course, are Arbalaster, or you can go to Marco here, and I recommend the, what is it, Winter Wrapping Paper right here. That's pretty good. You gain Conserve, you lose Crit, you lose Pierce, you gain 2 damage, and you actually gain 3 shads, right? The trade-offs, obviously, are you lose Critical, you lose a Socket, which is actually pretty valuable, but you do gain, you know, what, 3 more wand hits, so you can cycle your deck a bit better. It's really personal preference, guys, but I like the Arbalaster personally because, you know, I just want to do more damage. I want to have that extra Pierce. I want to have that extra Critical. I want to have that extra tankability from the flat res. So I would recommend this for life and ice, at least. Next up, we have the Merciless theme. Be sure that you guys have your best health rules, like your 145s. I don't have them yet, unfortunately, for this character. I just have it for balance and story so far. So make sure you get the best health rules, and you're going to want a pip socket here. Next up, you are going to want the Myth Mastery. Now, I used to use the balance one, but upon further investigation, I have come to the conclusion that Myth Mastery is just better. Now, I'll talk about why I think that is when I get to the deck part of the video, but basically, you just have more control. You can apply a lot more pressure. You can threaten Gambits with the Myth Mastery very well, so it's pretty good. Next up, you're gonna want the Merciless Ice Ring as well. Again, be sure you have the right sockets on, guys. Pierce, Flat Res, and the best health rule you have available to you. And I finally made this baddie after like 20 attempts. I've been trying so hard to make these pets for you guys because I know you guys really love these videos here on the channel. So I've been trying to get this ice pet done. It's finally done. I'm working on the death pet next, and then probably the balance pet or the life pet. I'm not sure yet, but you need these talents with the D-Lance, and you're gonna want the rock mount as well, because again, you give up all pip chance here on the 3-piece Merciless, right? You have no pip chance on any of it at all, so use D-Lance rock to make up for that. And for the deck, finally, you're going to want the Supreme Ancient One deck. You could use the Founders deck, but if you do that, you actually lose Pip Conserve, and on an ice, I think that's actually really important. So I would recommend this one personally, guys. Block rating is very important in this meta, so definitely get this deck. And again, you're going to want the Pip socket. So now, we'll take a look at the stats. When you have your jewels on, again, I'm missing mine, you will have exactly 11,400 health, 142 damage on an ice, which is just mind-boggling. 56 res, which, you know, is a little bit low, but it's honestly not bad for an ice. You know, you have almost 12,000 health just about. And you have 120 flat, which is a lot. So, again, this is what I'm talking about with the Arbalaster. Each time they hit you, it'll just do 30 less, right? Especially if you play a fire, you'll notice this really kicks in a lot. So, this is why, again, I like the Arbalaster personally. It helps out a lot with spam hitting, and the meta really is spam hitting right now. Accuracy, it is 21, so you do have about a 3%, 4% chance to base fizzle. You can make a 10 sniper pet, so it's only 3%. Oh my god. You can make a 10% sniper pet, so it's only 3%, but I don't really think it's worth it. You are a behemoth, you can kind of afford to fizzle, and you know, you use other cards anyways, like Lord of Winter TC. This is literally doing more than a Shad's damage, and the utility is insane, and you can't fizzle this, right? So, I think, you know, if you take your Shads with a Sleet out, so you don't base fizz, because you have that extra 5%, obviously, just be smart, try and play well, and it shouldn't really bother you that much, you know, unless you play a balance, really, and then, you know, at that point, it's like, oh, I got whizzed, so that definitely is the weakest part of the setup, but again, it's not that big of a deal. You don't base fizz, you only fizzle Shads, and you go for a Sleet anyways, because, you know, it's awesome right now in this meta. 470 crit, pretty good for an ice. 550 block, pretty good for an ice as well. You had a whopping 38 pierce. Now, I really want to emphasize this right now. I have 142 damage and 38 pierce on an ice wizard. The weakest school in the game. Yeah, you hit like a truck. I'm gonna have some ice content coming up for you guys here the next couple of days, and you're gonna see a Lord of Winter do like almost 6,000 damage. It is absolutely insane the amount of damage you do, and you know, considering you have bubbles so easily with the blimp pet, right? You know, you have free bubbles basically. You know, nobody can really touch you. You just hit, and because your resist and your health is so good, and your block and your cards, you just win. Ice is really good in this meta, right? So, last page I have here is the Conserve, the Shads, and the Pips. Again, Conserve is 70%, really good. If you run the Mary Wand, I think it's what, 80%? So, pretty good there as well. Yeah, maximum pip chance and 136 Shad rating. You'll have 139 if you run the Mary Wrapping Paper. So, again, it's just personal preference at that point right now, guys. And I just want to be sure everybody knows that the Merciless Wand is bugged right now. So, this does give Shad rating when it's not supposed to. You don't see it, but we, the players, have caught on to it. I've been getting out-shaded a lot. Personally, when I'm running Shads and they're not, so a lot of the communities come on a consensus that this wand is just bugged. It's not like a bad exploit like the Pierce exploit right now, I guess, but you know, it's just kind of annoying and stupid because you get all those stats and Shad rating, so it's kind of mental, right? So yeah, that is the build, guys. That is the stats. Really good. I'm gonna go over the deck right now real quick. You guys will see me play with this on stream pretty soon as well. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things and why you might want the Myth Mastery. So, for example, right now, I have Blade counters, I have Weakness counters, I have Shield counters, and I have a Shield counter to set up my Scion. So, I'm running these three. Basically, you know, if I play a Trap Stacker, you know, if I play a Death who's going for an Oni, I can actually set up my Scion, or I can set up my Oni, and Ice Oni is actually really good. It has about 1100 base damage, and you can pip conserve that into like a Shad. So, honestly, very underrated card. You can just Betrayal, you know, get some shields off, set up your Gambit, right? I'd only recommend packing about 2 or 3 of these, though. Any more than that, I think is kind of overkill. Because you don't want to go too haywire on the Gambit strats, right? Because they're not really that reliable. Because let's say I pack a couple of these, right? But I play somebody who's packing more. It's like, oh, I just lose because they packed more. GG, you know? So don't really rely on it. But you do have the counter to everything. right? You have blade counters, trap counters with scales. You have a shield counter to set up your Scion, and a shield counter to set up your Oni. So you're basically covering every area except for dots, and dots are kind of a gray area right now anyways. You probably could train one dot counter without a mastery if you want. I don't know. It's just some food for thought, but right now, I don't think it's that prevalent in the meta and that important for players to have to worry about it. So yeah, that is everything I got to show you guys. That's my side deck as well that I'm running at the moment. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not sure how long this video was. I feel like it was a short one. I feel like we just kind of like got straight to the point. So that's pretty cool. But let me know what schools you guys want to see next. Again, I'm trying to work on the death one right now. So let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below. And again, if you made it this far and you're new, feel free to leave a like, rating, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, guys. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, without further ado, this has been the Ice Paragon build for 5th Age PvP. And I will see you guys in the next one. As always, take care, guys.